Hey guys, I'm Hallie and this is Jeffrey, my hubby, and we're going to lead you through a workout today. The only thing you're going to need is your body, a bit of space, and one small towel like a dish towel or a hand towel for your bathroom. That's all you're going to need. We're going to start off with some mobility exercises, then get into some isometric exercises to really engage your core, and then we have 2 strength supersets with some fun movements. All right, let's get started. Okay, I'm gonna cut that just so we know it's separate. All right, so let's get started. I'm gonna lead Jeffrey through these. You follow along and follow along with what he's doing. Go ahead and come down onto a tall kneeling position. So both knees on the ground. You're gonna curl your toes under toward your shins and extend your hips fully, dropping your tailbone down, squeezing both butt cheeks, and just bring your arms down by your side. Okay, so from here, keeping your body nice and tall, you're going to drop your chin down to the center of your chest. We're doing a neck car, one in each direction. So keep your chin low and trace your collarbone to the right. Good, get it as close to your shoulder as you can, and then start to just gently dip your ear back toward your shoulder blade. Just find a nice stretch on the front side of your neck there. And then look directly to the side, lengthening both sides of the neck. Try to turn your nose as far to the side as you can without rotating your T-spine, and both arms are reaching toward the floor. Good. Now start to lift your nose up to the top corner, and then you're going to make a big arch as you trace an imaginary rainbow across your ceiling. Get to the other side with your nose. Awesome. Look directly to the side. From there, drop your ear back toward your shoulder blade as if you're trying to listen to it closely. And then chin comes down toward the shoulder and you're tracing your collarbone all the way back to center. Pause at the center and now reverse. Go in the opposite direction, trace your collarbone. Gently tilt your ear back. And then from there, look directly to the side as if you're trying to look at someone calling your name. Lift your nose up to that top corner. Try to make a big arch across the ceiling. Make sure that the rib cage is staying pulled down and in. Abs are still engaged. Glutes are still engaged. Get to the opposite top corner. Good. And then look directly to the side as far as you can. From there, dip your ear back gently toward your shoulder blade. And then chin goes down toward your shoulder. Trace the collarbone all the way back to center. Once you get to the center of your chest, you can lift your head all the way back up. Nice. Keep your body in this position. Just bring your arms straight out in front of you, hands in line with shoulders and hands in fists. You're going to make those fists nice and tight. Bring tension into your arms, so if someone were to come and push on them, you wouldn't be able, or they wouldn't be able to move them. Okay, so from here, keeping everything nice and tight like you're in a standing plank, you're going to draw your shoulder blades together onto your spine. Nothing else moves, just the shoulder blades. Good, now bring them up toward your ears. Keep them up as you push your fists and your shoulder blades into protraction, and then glide them down in that protraction. Good, 2 more in that direction, a little faster. Squeeze back. Glide up, push forward, glide down. Nice, 1 more, squeeze back, glide up, protract forward, glide down. Pause there in the protraction and depression. Now reverse for 3 rounds. Glide up toward your ears, squeeze back in that tall position, glide down, push forward, glide up, squeeze together. Nice, glide down. 1 more, protract. Glide up, squeeze back, glide down, protract, and release. Nice. Now Jeffrey's going to come down onto hands and knees for some segmented cat-cow. So you want to set yourself up with your knees underneath your shoulders, your hands underneath your shoulders, your knees are underneath your hips. Curl those toes under toward your shins. Yep, good. Awesome. Now you're going to start in flexion of your spine. So make the most dome-like position with your spine as you can, a big, nice, rounded spine. You're going to keep your head tucked down as long as you can. And now send your tailbone up behind you. We're going to work our way slowly up. Each vertebrae has its own moment to shine as we move into extension. You got 24 vertebrae, so try to go piece by piece all the way up to your neck. Good, head lifts up. Really push away the floor there in your extension. Try not to sink into your shoulder blades. And now keep your head up as you drop your tailbone back down, moving into lumbar flexion, and then each vertebrae, again, going up like a wave of your spine, slowly back into your flexion. Nice. We've got 2 more rounds. Feel free to go at your own pace, but try to make it smooth and try to be mindful of how your spine is moving. So drive that tailbone up. Awesome. Wave up the spine into extension. Good. Open the chest. Really pull your sternum through your shoulders. Drop your tailbone down here. Keep your head up as long as you can. You want to keep looking forward as long as possible. And then when you can't look forward anymore, slowly bring your neck into flexion as well. 1 more round. Sending that tailbone up toward the ceiling behind you. Great. Good. Chest opens. Head lifts up last. Nice. And then tailbone drops down, getting all the way back into flexion of your spine. Take your time to get there. Awesome. Go ahead, come to a nice straight spine. Just gonna pull Jeffrey's shirt down for us. Okay, so next we have a hip car, and this is a full rotation of your hip joint. So you wanna really isolate the movement in your hip and keep the rest of your body stable. We're gonna start by squeezing the right heel toward the right butt cheek. Lift the knee about 1 centimeter off the floor. Good. Then start to pull the knee in toward your chest without rounding your spine. So keep your tailbone reaching back. Then pull the knee and the leg out to the right. Good. Start to drift your knee back in space. Pause right there. Internally rotate at your hip and turn your foot up toward the ceiling. Nice. Then bring your knee further behind you in space so it aligns with your hip and your torso. Find your fullest hip extension. Squeeze that calf to your hamstring. Bring it down. Awesome. And now we reverse it. Heel goes up and back into hip extension. Abduct out to the side with that internal rotation. Externally rotate. Bring the knee forward all the way back into your fullest hip extension you can underneath you. And rest. Nice. We're going to do 1 more rep just a little faster on that same side. So squeeze the heel to the butt cheek. Lift the knee. And then bring it forward, hip flexion. Good. Keep going through the motion. Bring the knee out to the side, abducting your hip. Start to drift the knee back and then internally rotate. Drive your foot up toward the ceiling. Good. Bring the knee all the way back into your fullest hip extension, but try to keep that rib cage pulled in so you're not extending your T-spine. Good. Bring it down. Take a breath. And now reverse it. Hip extension. Bring the leg out to the right. Externally rotate. Pull the knee forward back to your hip flexion underneath you and rest. Great. Okay. Jeffrey's just going to turn around so you guys can see his other leg, but you can feel free to stay where you are if you'd like. Okay. Other side. 1 rep a little slower, and then the second rep will go a little faster. Start with your toes curled under. Good. Actively push out of your shoulders. Lift that knee up toward your chest as you pull into hip flexion. Good. Bring the leg out. Lift it as high as you can to the side. Try to keep your pelvis from rotating open. Nice. Now start to drift the knee back in space. Pause right there. Internally rotate at your hip. Turn your foot up toward the ceiling and find that hamstring. Then start to bring the knee all the way back in line with the left side of your body. Beautiful. And lower it down. Take a breath. And now we reverse it. Go heel up and back into hip extension. Bring the whole leg back out to the side. Pause right there. Externally rotate. Good. Pull the knee forward and get as much hip flexion as you can as you pull it back underneath you. Awesome. We got 1 more rep, just a little bit faster. Take your time. Squeeze your heel to the butt cheek. Lift the knee. Pull the knee forward back to hip flexion. Good. Abduct out to the left. Start to bring the knee back in space, and once you get it in line with your hip, you're going to internally rotate. Good. Bring the knee all the way back into your fullest hip extension. Awesome. Bring it down, and then reverse it. Go up and back into your hip extension, keeping that trunk stability. Abduct out to the side. Externally rotate. Pull the knee forward, and rest. Great. Okay. So that's our little mobility warm-up to warm up the joints, and we've got some isometric ab and glute engagement exercises next. So just take a moment to have a sip of water. We're going to set up for that. Sweet. Okay guys, we have a circuit of 3 different isometric exercises. First is a dead bug. So bring your knees above your hips. You're making 90-degree angles with your legs. Flex your toes toward your shins. And now place your hands directly on the front of your knees. Awesome. You're going to start to push your hands into your knees. Knees back into your hands as hard as you can. Pull your rib cage down into the floor. And then lift your head and the tops of the shoulders up off the ground. And you're holding that tension for 30 seconds. Here we go. Nice. You're breathing as you're holding tension. I can see trembles in Jeffrey's body. So if you're at home and you feel like this is easy, I want you to push harder with your hands into your legs and your legs back up into your hands. You're creating that tension for yourself and pull your abdominal wall in toward the floor. Good. 10 more seconds. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Awesome. You're going to stay here on your back, arms just down by your side. Bring one knee into your chest. Good. That leg's going to stay bent, actually. There we go. Yep. Single leg glute bridge. So press your foot down into the floor and extend that hip. So bridge your hips up. Good. Keep pulling this opposite leg in toward you. You want as much hip flexion as you can. We're holding for 20 seconds. This bottom leg is really pushing down into the floor through your foot to fully extend that hip. Nice. 10 more seconds. Try to feel out that glute and that hamstring as much as you can. That's what we're trying to target here in this position. 3, 2, 1. Lower your hips down. Just switch your feet. Drive your opposite knee into your chest. Your grounded foot pushes down into the floor to bridge your hips up. Find your fullest hip extension that you can while maintaining that glute and hamstring engagement, and try not to flare the rib cage open. We want the rib cage pulled in. We're not going into T-spine extension. We're going into hip extension. Good. Here we go. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the hips down. Awesome. Now we're going to flip over into an elbow plank and hold tension for 30 seconds. So Jeffrey's going to get on his forearms and elbows. Awesome. Hands are going to be flat on the floor, palms in line with your elbows. Walk one foot back at a time. Feet and legs are squeezed all the way together. Inner thighs squeezed together, glutes squeezed together. Rib cage is pulled in. Spine is nice and long, and you're tugging your elbows down toward your toes as if you're trying to pull the floor toward your feet. Good. We're holding that tension. You want to create full body engagement in a plank. It's not just about your abs, it's full body integration and holding that tension. 15 seconds left, guys. Good. If someone was to push you over, come over and push you, you would want to stay stable. Nice. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees come down to the floor first to come out of it. Nice. Flip right back over onto your spine. We're going back into the dead bug isometric without any rest. Go ahead, bring your knees back up over your hips, feet off the floor. Make sure you have that 90-degree angle with your legs. Good. Push hands into knees, knees into hands. Drive as much tension as you can, and then lift your head, tops of your shoulders up. 30 seconds of tension. Keep breathing as you hold it. Nice. Feeling that burn in your abdominal wall? That's what we're after. Keep holding 15 seconds. You guys got this. The more tension you can create, the more you're going to get out of this movement. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. Nice. Arms down at the floor. Keep moving. Let's go. Pull one knee into your chest. Opposite foot grounds down into the floor. And then press that foot down to bridge up, extending that hip. Hold. Pull that knee in toward your chest as much as you can. That'll help keep a posterior tilt of your pelvis. Good. Feel out that glute and hamstring. 8 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring your hips down. Nice. Switch your legs. Keep it moving. Press that foot down into the floor. Bridge up right into your hip extension. The single leg glute bridge is challenging, so if this is too much challenge for you, put both feet on the floor and just do 2 reps with both feet on the ground. Nice. 10 more seconds. Keep driving that foot down to get that glute to lift higher. Last 3, 2, 1. Lower the hips. Nice. We're going right back into that elbow plank, so flip on over. Set your elbows right underneath your shoulders. Hands and palms are flat on the floor. Send one leg back at a time to set up your legs and squeeze those legs together as much as you can. Inner thighs and glutes are extremely active. You're trying to send your tailbone down. Good. Pull the floor back with both elbows and try to reach your sternum forward. Nice. Yeah, see how Jeffrey has his hips right in line with his shoulders and there's no flexion in his upper spine? That looks beautiful. Good. And make sure you're holding enough tension in your entire body. If someone were to come over and push you, they wouldn't be able to move your body very much. Awesome. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and knees down, come out. Great, guys. One more round. Here we go. Flip back over into that dead bug. Yeah. Find the 90-degree angle with your legs. Press your hands into the front of your knees. Feet and knees are hips width distance. Good. Push as hard as you can. Lift the head. Hold. 30 seconds of tension. Keep pulling that rib cage in and down toward the floor. You want to try to fill up your back body into the ground as much as you can. Nice. Looks good. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and rest. Going right into the single leg glute bridge, or you can do 2 rounds of double leg, both feet on the ground, regular glute bridge with an isometric hold. Here we go. One knee into the chest, bridge up. Try to fully extend your hip as much as you can. Nice. And just trying to bring focus to your glute, your hamstring. We want to try to engage those muscles as much as possible. Awesome, guys. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the hips and switch your feet. Press down through the foot, drive up, find your fullest hip extension as you can. Really work that glute and hamstring. Keep pushing that foot down into the floor. Again, rib cage stays pulled in, not T-spine extension, hip extension. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the hips. Nice. Okay, one more plank, guys, and then we're done with this circuit. Yeah, 30 seconds of full body tension. Are you ready? Set up those hands in line with your elbows, elbows right underneath your shoulders. Send your legs back one at a time. Good, and yes, hips come down in line with the shoulders. Think of squeezing those butt cheeks as tightly as you can. So you're thinking of dropping your tailbone down toward the backs of your hamstrings and then tug those elbows back toward your toes. 20 seconds left. You got it. Keep holding that tension. Imagine someone's coming over and they're pushing on the side of your body. Try not to let them rotate you at all. You want to keep everything stable. Good. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down to come out. Awesome. That was great. We just did 3 rounds of some isometrics. We're going to move on from here. Grab a sip of water if you want. Now we have a strength superset, guys. So you're going to need the towel for this one. So if you got it already, go ahead and just grab it. We're starting off with a bent over pull down, using the towel to create tension for yourself since we're not loading the body with weight. So you're going to grab the towel, palms facing down toward the floor. Yep. Awesome. I'm going to just have Jeffrey turn sideways so you guys can see him. He's going to get into a hip hinge. So think booty back, chest inclined forward with a nice long spine. Rib cage stays pulled in. You're going to keep your body in this position, and then you're going to try to imagine like you're tearing the towel apart. So you're trying to tug it out with both arms isometrically. You're going to keep that, and then you're going to inhale as you lift your arms up in line with your shoulders. You want to try to make a nice straight line from the hips all the way to the fists. Good. As you exhale, pull the towel all the way down toward your thighs. Keep tugging out on the towel the entire time. Awesome. We have 7 more reps. You're going to inhale, reach up, keep tension in your abdominal wall. Don't let the rib cage flare open. Exhale, pull down and try to rip the towel out even further. 6 more, moving with your breath. Inhale as you lift. Awesome. Try to get to that maximum range of motion with your shoulder flexion. Exhale as you pull down. 5 more. Good. And just move nice and slow with your breath. You want to engage lats, triceps as you pull down. So really feel that your back body, the back of your arms, is pulling and tugging the entire time, especially as you pull the towel down toward your thighs. 3 more reps. You got it. Keep that spine nice and long, tailbone reaching back. Just 2 more. Great, last one, guys. Awesome, good job. Go ahead, just stand up. Next, we have reverse lunges. You can just set your towel down off to the side. You're gonna start with both feet all the way together. So Jeffrey, you can just face maybe on a diagonal here toward the sunshine. Good, so everyone can see you. Start with your feet together. You're gonna reach your one leg back and bend into both knees as you come down. Opposite arm is forward. Yep, like little runner arms, and then stand up, feet together. Super simple. We're gonna do 10 reps on each side. Here we go, okay? Inhale as you descend, exhale as you stand. Nice. Keep going on that same side. Great job, guys. Try to load your front leg as much as you can. So as you push down into the floor, you're powering through that front leg's quad and hamstring and glute to lift all the way back up. And both butt cheeks will engage at the top, so squeeze those butt cheeks. 5 more. And the reason why we're doing these running arms, since we're not loading our body, we're working on patterning, right? So these movement patterns with the contralateral limbs, moving with the legs, just like we do when we walk or run. 2 more. Great, last one. Nice. Take a moment to switch your legs. Opposite leg moving back now. That same arm is going to go forward as the leg moves back. And then exhale, push to stand. 9 more. Working through a little bit of T-spine rotation as that arm goes forward. Engage your lat and your obliques. Nice. Can you find your front leg's butt cheek and hamstring as you descend? That's the goal. We don't just want to load our front of our thigh, we want to also find engagement in the back of the leg. 5 more. Beautiful. You guys are rocking it, I'm sure, at home. Just 2 more. And last one. Nice. Okay, we get 15 seconds of rest before we go back into the towel pull down. So take a moment to breathe. Grab your towel. Here you go. And like I said, guys, the more tension that you can create by really trying to tear that towel apart, the more you're going to feel it and engage your muscles. So really go for it. Don't be shy. Get into your hip hinge. Yeah, good. Pull out on the towel. Keep those abs braced. Inhale as you reach your arms up. Try to get your biceps to reach up by your ears. As you exhale, pull down and try to rip that towel apart. Nice. Keeping elbows and wrists nice and long. And also your spine stays nice and long. Tailbone reaching back and down. Crown of the head reaching toward the ceiling. So neck stays long. Good. This is as much of a lat and tricep exercise as it is abdominal exercise, guys. So see if you can really fire up those rectus abdominis muscles by keeping that rib cage pulled in. It's as if you're trying to do an abdominal crunch, but you're not actually flexing your spine. Just work it through the abdominal wall. Nice. 3 more. Last 2. Really holding on to that full body tension. Last one. Here we go. You got it. And rest. Go ahead, stand. Woo! Awesome. Okay. Go ahead, just set the towel down. Set up for your reverse lunges. So whichever way you want to face. Let's have you just turn more to the side this time so people can see a different angle. Yeah. Okay. So thinking about those contralateral arms, make them sharp, get a little T-spine rotation, 10 reps, and then we'll change sides. Beautiful. Yeah, really pull your elbow back in space. And then switch at the top. 6 more. And we can see Jeffrey's really good about loading his front leg butt cheek. He's pulling that glute back in space as he comes down into his lunge. 3 more. Last one. Good. Okay, switch your legs. Nice. Oh yeah, let's turn around. Why not? Why not? Okay, opposite leg and descend on your inhale. Exhale, stand. Good. Keep both elbows bent the whole time. Really pull the elbow back. Yes. You want to engage that tricep to get into shoulder extension as the arm goes back. 5 more. 3 more. Looking good. One more. Nice. Okay, 15 seconds of rest, you guys. So take this time to breathe and have a sip of water if you want real quick. Grab the towel. You got one more set. 3 sets. Okay. This is the fun one, right? We have just 8 reps of this, but it's slow and it's full body tension, so it feels like a lot. Go ahead and get into your hip hinge. Nice. Keep that spine nice and long. Really try to rip that towel apart as if you're trying to tug out all those fibers on the towel. And now start to lift on your inhale, reaching your arms up along by your ears. Good. Exhale, pull the towel down. Try to rip it even harder. Nice. Good. Jeffrey, can you just look a little forward? Yes, beautiful. You just want that neck to stay nice and long. 5 more. Good. Keep up that slow and steady tempo with your breath. There's no rush. It's not a race. 3 more. Really try to rip that towel apart. I know you can do it. You got the muscles. You got the strength. Last one. Full body engage. Good. Nice. Okay, throw that towel to the side. We don't need it anymore. You'll never think of a towel the same way again. All right, reverse lunges again, guys. 10 on each side. Really working that arm pattern with it and trying to get a little T-spine extension and oblique engagement as you lunge. Here we go. Set yourself up. Okay, 10 lunges on each side. First side, leg steps back. On that same arm, we'll go forward. Good. And then switch at the top. Nice. You want to inhale as you go down. Exhale as you push into the floor and stand. 6 more. Make those arms sharp. Good. 4 left. And can you find that front leg's butt cheek and hamstring? 2 more. Last one. Nice. Okay. Go ahead, turn around for the other side. Those of you at home don't have to turn around, but I just want you guys to be able to see Jeffrey's leg. Okay. And opposite side. Here we go. Step back into your lunge. Yes. So the leg that's stepping back, that arm will go forward in the lunge, and then you switch your arms at the top. Nice. Good. 6 more. Looking great. Move with your breath. Find glute engagement at the top. Really push down into the floor. Nice, 2 more. Last one. Good, and rest. Awesome, you made it through that strength superset, guys. Take a sip of water, you got 15 seconds of rest. Awesome. All right, guys, we're doing a strength superset right now with an isometric squat and a beast with some alternating toe lifts. So we're gonna start with the squat. It's 30 seconds of an isometric. Go ahead and set your feet up a little wider than your hips. Jeffrey, why don't you turn directly to the side? Yeah, perfect. You can turn your toes out a little bit if you want. Start standing up nice and tall. Reach your arms forward in front of you. Just like with our scap car earlier, you're gonna think of protracting your shoulder blades forward. Good, that'll help you counterbalance your body. Now you're gonna get down into your lowest squat, whatever that means for you. Go ahead, descend your hips. Yes, knees drive forward. If you can get to that 90-degree angle, that is great. You wanna try to keep a nice long length in your spine, and we're thinking about loading into the hamstrings and glutes as well as the quads. Awesome, you got 20 seconds left. Keep breathing, keep pushing your feet down into the floor. It's as if you want to stand up, but your body's not gonna let you. So push down. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now push down through both feet, stand all the way up. Good, full hip extension. Beautiful. From here, you're gonna come down onto the ground on hands and knees. Awesome. Jeffrey, turn your head just a little bit more this way. Yep, because I want everyone to be able to see your feet. Okay, perfect. So, hands underneath the shoulders. Knees are just about an inch in front of your hips, so they're more in line with your belly button. That's the beast position. Curl your toes under toward your shins. And now you're gonna push down into the floor with your hands and your toes and lift your knees just like half an inch off the ground. Good. Keep the knees hovering there and reach your shoulders a little further forward above your wrists. Good. Now you're gonna lift one toe up off the ground, point your toes back, set it back down. Nothing else moves. Switch and alternate legs. Good. Keep alternating. You have 10 more reps. We're doing 12 total. Notice how Jeffrey's keeping his spine nice and long. Nothing is changing in that support with his abdominal wall, and he's pushing out of his shoulders as much as he can. Awesome. Keep going. 2 more. Last one. Good. Knees come down to rest. Jump right back up. We're going right back into that isometric squat. Here we go. Find your position that's best for your hips and your legs. Start standing tall. Reach both arms straight forward and protract your scaps. Good. Keep bracing your abs as you descend your hips down into your lowest squat that you can. You want to challenge yourself, but you don't want to get so low where your low back begins to round into flexion. Awesome. Good. Keep holding there. 20 seconds left. Looking good. The more weight you can send back into your hamstrings and glutes, the more you're going to get out of this, and you won't just be depending on your quads. 10 seconds. Keep reaching forward with your fingers and shoulders. And 3, 2, 1. Push down through your feet. Stand all the way up. Extend your hips. Good. And now come back down for that beast with the toe lifts. Okay, set yourself up. Hands underneath the shoulders. Knees just a little bit forward of your hips, so they are a little bit more underneath your belly button rather than right underneath your hip joint. Curl the toes under, lift the knees about half an inch off the ground, and now shift some body weight forward into your hands. Good. Now alternate feet for 12 reps, sending one set of toes back and switch. Go nice and slow and make sure that you're not kicking your leg up. Notice how Jeffrey's keeping his knee in the same position, his shin in the same position. 6 more. Good. 3 left. Last one. Awesome. Knees down. Go ahead, stand right back up. Back into the isometric squat. We want to create full body tension and engagement, guys. So think about your abs, think about tension in your arms as you're squatting as well. Go ahead, descend when you're ready. Yeah, really protracting those scaps forward. Yeah, try not to shrug your shoulders up toward your ears though. Yes, beautiful. Nice. That looks great. See if you can think about pushing those feet down into the floor. Really hard, as if you're trying to press up 500 pounds, but you're not actually gonna move. Nice. Can you engage those glutes right here in your squat? Think about squeezing your butt cheeks. 10 more seconds. Now really push those feet down into the floor. Last 2. 1, push down so hard you stand all the way up. Good, and rest. One more beast with the toe lifts, guys. You're almost there with the end of this circuit. Here we go. Set up, shoulders right above the wrists. Knees just a little closer to your hands than your hips. Curl the toes under. When you're ready, press those knees up. Good. Shift your shoulders forward a little more if you can. Nice, good. And now alternate toes for 12 reps. Go nice and slow. Nothing else moves in the body except you're pointing one set of toes back, placing it back down, and switching. Nice. 6 more. Good. Keep protracting your scaps. Push actively out of the floor. Last 3. Last 1. Nice. Go ahead, rest. You did it. Now you get 15 seconds of rest to breathe, get some water, take a moment. All right, guys, you made it through the workout, and now we're cooling down with a mobility stretching sequence that we call the world's greatest stretch. So bring your feet hips width distance. I'm just gonna walk Jeffrey through it. You follow along. Start with your arms down by your side, tallest spine and posture that you can find, head looking straight forward. Just take a few breaths here. Mindful inhales, long exhales. Awesome. Just taking a moment to feel gratitude for all that work you just did. You might feel a little sweaty. Did some good stuff today. All right, we're gonna start by dropping the chin down to the center of the chest, and then you're gonna roll down vertebrae by vertebrae, trying to really control this roll down and take it slow. Feeling free to bend the knees when you absolutely need to. I like to even have a micro bend in my knees here just so I can really feel my neck and my upper back release as well. Good, then you're gonna bring your hands to the floor and walk your hands forward until you come into a tall plank with your shoulders right above your wrists. Good, we're gonna hold in this plank. I want you to really actively protract both scapulas, pushing away the floor. Take 2 more breaths here. Nice, then you're gonna take one leg and step it forward to the outside of that leg's hand. Nice. And then reach that arm straight up toward the ceiling. Take a big breath. Awesome. Really find length from your back leg's heel all the way up through the crown of the head. Take one more big inhale. And then as you exhale, thread that top arm down and underneath the opposite side of your rib cage. Good. Inhale, reach it back up. Big length in the arm. Good. Big breath in. Exhale, long breath out as you twist again, threading that arm underneath. One more time like that. Big breath in as you open your chest and reach the arm up. And then exhale, thread it under. Nice. Place that hand back down underneath your shoulders. Step that foot back. And we're just going to switch sides. So opposite leg comes to the outside of the hand. Reach that arm up straight toward your ceiling, opening your chest as much as you can. And you're lengthening this back leg, really hugging this quad up toward the ceiling. Take 2 more breaths here. Awesome. On your next exhale, take that top arm and thread it all the way underneath the opposite rib cage. Inhale as you reach it back up. Big open chest, big length in the arms. Exhale as you thread it through. Nice. One more time. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, thread it underneath. And then place that hand back down into your plank. Yeah, good. Step back to your plank. And from here, separate your feet, hips width distance, or maybe even a little wider. Push away the floor and drive your hips up and back into a downward dog position. I want you to bend your knees a little bit. Good. So you can really find that length in your spine. Let your neck release. Maybe shake it no, nod it yes. Take 2 more breaths here in your down dog. And then walk your hands all the way back to your feet. You'll slowly start to bring your heels down to the floor. Feel free to have your knees bent. Hang over here for just a few more breaths, really releasing each vertebrae. Yeah, release that neck. Nice. And then we're going to slowly roll up from here. So start to push down through your feet and take time to round through the low back first. And you're going to feel your body stack up on top of itself. Knees above ankles, hips right above the knees, rib cage right above the hips, shoulders above the rib cage, and then neck aligns last on top. Good. Take a few breaths here. Nice big tall posture again. Nice big breaths in. Long breaths out. All right, guys, you're all set for today. Thank you so much for joining me. Again, my name's Hallie. This is my wonderful hubby, Jeffrey. And we had a lot of fun filming this. I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you got a really great workout in and just were able to move your body mindfully without any equipment necessary. Check out our other workout videos coming at you, and subscribe, and yeah, hit us up on social media. I'm the Iron Beanie on Instagram. He's the Iron Hefe, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.